Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of On the Paint Table. This is my weekly show about what I've been working on, what I painted, and what I got done. Now today I finished up some more stuff for Song of Ice and Fire, Age of Sigmar, and Monsterpocalypse, with some more for all three of those things also on the paint table for the future. So let's take a look at what got done and what is coming up. So here's what got done this week. First things first, my Song of Ice and Fire contribution for the week. I painted up my Red Wedding Roose Bolton, or finished up his highlights and stuff, as well as 3 activation markers. Big thanks to Matt Randall for those. I paid the other 2 forward to another Stark player because I don't think I'm going to need more than 8. 10 seems excessive unless I play giant, huge games. I also painted up Craster from the Free Folk starter set. The rest of the Free Folk actually are going to be painted up by Owen. He's going to be playing them because he's pretty jazzed about that faction for Song of Ice and Fire. But this guy's dual faction with the Night's Watch. He never turns anyone away from his fire, even though he's a weird, gross old man. So I painted him up to add to my Night's Watch. As most people will be buying, I think, 2 Free Folk starter sets to run the army with like all the options. It'll end up being a spare. And then over here, I painted up my, Defenders. My Good Guy starter set for Monsterpocalypse. I gave it a try this week with Mike, Epic Duck Mike, as well as a Guard Defense Tower, which is a scenery piece. Because when you play Monsterpocalypse, it's based around the number of monsters you have. So you play 1 monster, you get 15 little units, and then you can always bring up to 12 buildings of any type that you like. So the buildings are other things basically that allow you to power units and stuff. So this tower, for instance, allows me to reroll an attack action if I have an action dice that I want to spend, and that can be super useful if you just totally flub a dice roll, basically hitting somebody, especially if it's like a power attack or something. And so I have to paint up Defender X, who's the big monster in the first one. I've also got Sky Sentinel I'm going to paint up too. He's the other guard one. Big giant robot duder. And then down here are my tanks. So I've got 3 of the guard tanks, the commander tank there with little stars on his base, and the recovery vehicle, which is like a repair truck. And that gives me 5 basic units to spawn and have go around doing things. As I'm going to be painting Sky Sentinel, I need the attack helicopters too, because he like just buffs them just by being on the board. He just makes them better just by standing around, so I'll need to get him as well. He was airbrushed like a powder blue, and then the rest of his details were painted, and then I gave him some wash just to line him, and then some highlights. I painted all this stuff last night, actually. And the same process was done for these guys. And then getting my stuff that sat unpainted for a long time done. Was it Blight War? Whatever the starter set was, that was Sigmar, and it was Stormcast and Demons, Nurgle Demons. I think it was Blight War. This is Nev Blacktail. She's like the special character from that, so I painted her up. She's been sitting airbrushed for a while, but not finished. And then 2 more Evocators. I split a AOS 2-star set with Jay, so you get some night haunts, and he gave me the Stormcast stuff, so I have enough Evocators now for a actual full legal unit, which is handy too, and they've been literally sitting primed and airbrushed for some time. So that's what I finished painting this week. It is 15 models. Not too bad. Just another little splash of stuff. Took kind of a break this week. Just painting like odds and ends from different lines that I'm excited about, and finally get around to doing some Monsterpocalypse. If you haven't been following Epic Duck Mike's cartoon style painting, he's doing like the animated style painting for all the Monsterpocalypse stuff. It's been really popular on Twitch, and he's actually doing a course on it at Adepticon too. But I painted this up to play him. So we threw down today with his destroyers against my defenders, and it was a lot of fun. It's a fun little game. It's fast. We just need to get some terrain sorted out for it, some mats that are flat that I can film on because they're very shiny. So we'll get that, and you'll see a Let's Play for that coming soon next couple weeks on a Friday. And so here's the working on pile. I just sanded and primed my Bolton Cutthroats. So the Bastards Girls are like in progress, sitting out home, and these are the last unit I need to do to be able to play neutrals, true neutral, or I guess it's more like chaotic neutral in the case of the Boltons. You never know what they're going to do next. The chaotic neutral faction for Song of Ice and Fire, and they should be done hopefully next week or 2. And then this is my other half of my Sequitors, for my magical chamber for my Stormcast. It's the easy to build box plus 2 more from that same starter set I split with Jay. That'll give me a 10-man unit, which will be pretty super sweet. And then other things I'm working on, I've got some Martians for Monsterpocalypse. That's my bad guy faction I think I'm going to be doing. I have Demos 9 and their command post to paint up, which would be pretty rad actually. I'm pretty stoked about them because they're straight up like old fashioned H.G. Wells Martians, just like stomping around their tripods. And then there's a big like mothership that you can play with too. And then I've got Sky Sentinel to paint up. He's the other big robot guy for the guard, and he flies and leads like the jet fighter guys. So his whole jam is that he will be like super mobile and do good shooting attacks. Although it really is all shooting attacks anyway for these guys. Even just the rocket fists. The whole thing with Defender X is his fists shoot off with rockets and like punch you from far away. And then for my circle, I've got the new Tharn Blood Shaman to paint up. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with her, but she's a really cool model. I'm gonna get her painted just for some stuff to add to my Kaya 3 army. So there's everything that got done this week. Another 15 models. New game to try this year too, which is pretty exciting. And some more stuff done for Song of Ice and Fire and for my my AOS, my Let's Finish Little Bits and Pieces of AOS project, which is coming along nicely. I'm pretty stoked to finish off the last of the guard stuff, so get some helicopters and then finish up Sky Sentinel as well. And then probably, I don't know what I'll work on after that. I'll play some games with Duck, see how it goes. Probably the Boltons, probably working the Boltons after this. Or get to finishing off my Varuna too, because I have a whole bunch of stuff. I gotta finish building my Kamau Hacker, and then everything's airbrushed, and I can like sit down and plow through the rest of my Varuna too. Although we played a lot of Infinity this week, just for like a break from other games, because whenever Owen and I kind of like get burned out on playing different games, we just go back to Infinity for like 3 or 4 days. It recharges our batteries. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on. You can also go on check out today the Let's Play for the AOS Skirmish campaign, which I'm going to be running on Mondays, because like it just would never come out otherwise. So you'll see the first one today, and then they'll be going through Mondays until we're done with me and Jay. And also the GMG review for the new Genestealer Cult Codex from Games Workshop. So lots today, and then tomorrow we got some Witches Wonders coming for you, and you can check that out Sunday morning at 8. So till next time, I'm Ash. Have a great week. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you want to support the channel, of course, like and subscribe and hit the little bell below to get notifications when I post future content. I do post stuff 7 days a week. If you want to support the channel further, you can, of course, buy a t-shirt through Spreadshirt, buy a measuring gauge or objective markers from Death Ray Designs, or, of course, most importantly, there is Patreon. Patreon is what makes all this possible, keeps the lights on, pays for the studio costs, pays for the equipment, model costs, and everything else, and most importantly, puts food in my kids' bellies and a roof over their heads. Big thanks to everyone, past, future, who supported me. I do this stuff because of you guys, and of course, I will continue doing it as long as I can.